Hello, welcome to Đồng Nai Radio and Television Station. Here come the news today. 73 national recognition certificates of merit have been awarded to relatives of martyrs' families from many provinces and cities across the country. Today is a very significant activity when there are only a few days left to celebrate the 73rd anniversary of War Invalids and Martyrs, July the 27th. This activity has just taken place on July the 21st in Quảng Nam Province. In solemn atmosphere, National Assembly Chairman Nguyễn Thị Kim Ngân, Head of the Central Commission for Public Affairs Trương Thị Mai, Deputy Prime Minister Vũ Đức Đam and Minister for Labor, War Invalids and Social Affairs Đào Ngọc Dũng awarded 73 national recognition certificates of merit to relatives of martyrs' families from many provinces and cities throughout the country. In recent years, the authorities have searched and collected thousands of remains of martyrs in the country and in Laos and Cambodia, contributing to alleviating the pain of the martyrs' families, the martyrs' father, mother, wife, and children who are anxiously waiting. The Ministry of Labor, War Invalids and Social Affairs has endeavored to coordinate with other ministry, branches and localities in speeding up the consideration and certification for people with meritorious services to the revolution who have not been recognized due to the procedural problems and some information. Over the past 3 years, the ministry has submitted for recognition and granted certificates of national recognition for more than 2,200 martyrs. After conducting an inspection at Lộc An Bình Sơn resettlement area under Long Thành International Airport project, Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc on July the 21st had a meeting with the leaders of Đồng Nai province. Here, the Prime Minister suggested that by October this year, Đồng Nai province must basically complete the site clearance and complete 1,800 hectares of clean land for construction. At a meeting, Chairman of Đồng Nai People's Committee Cao Tiến Dũng said, so far, the disbursement of public investment by the end of June 2020 has been over 1,830 billion dong, reaching 24% of the plan. The estimated disbursement to the end of July is over 3,400 billion dong, reaching 45% of the plan, and the estimated disbursement by 2020 is over 95% of the plan. For the government bond capital allocated for Long Thành International Airport project, the accumulated disbursement so far has been over 1,827 billion Vietnam dong, reaching 10.1%. Concluding the meeting, Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc noted that Đồng Nai needs to strengthen land management in order to develop worthy urban areas. In particular, the Prime Minister asked Đồng Nai to try more drastically in disbursing public investment capital of 266 local projects to reach over 95% by the end of this year, of which important is disbursement of 80,000 billion Vietnam dong for the construction of Long Thành Airport. The Prime Minister suggested that by October 2020, the province basically complete a site clearance, complete 1,800 hectares of clean land for construction, and at the same time, will perform the work of compensation, support, and resettlement for people who have their land acquired. The U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo met with Prime Minister Boris Johnson on July the 21st and talked with his counterpart Dominic Raab during a visit to the UK. The State Department's press release said Pompeo discussed with Prime Minister Johnson about global priorities of the two countries, including developing a new generation of 5G telecommunications networks and recovering from COVID-19 pandemic. Pompeo and Johnson also mentioned ongoing negotiations on the U.S.-UK trade agreement, in which a third round of talks is expected to take place later this month. About the joint news conference with Britain's Foreign Minister, Mr. Pompeo urged the countries to cooperate to repel the threat from China. We think the world needs to cooperate to ensure that every nation, including China, behave in the international system in an appropriate manner, in accordance with the international order. You cannot claim a maritime area that you do not have a legal right to. For his part, Mr. Raab said that the UK, US, and the Allies need to stand up to protect their values in the context of rising tensions with China and Russia. During the first daily press conference after months focusing on COVID-19 pandemic, the US President Donald Trump called on people to wear masks if unable to maintain social isolation to limit the spread of COVID-19. Speaking at the White House, President Donald Trump said, "Whether you like a mask or not, it works. I'm used to using masks. Anything can help prevent the virus from spreading is good." Some areas of the country are doing very well, while the opposite happens in some other places. Unfortunately, the situation may get worse before there is positive change. I'm also concerned about the increase in some cases in some areas in the South. However, he promised, the vaccine will be sooner than everyone thinks it is. Currently, the United States is still the country with the highest number of cases in the world. In the last 24 hours, this country has 67,140 more people infected with COVID-19 and 1,119 deaths. That's the end of the news for today. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.